Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth, opportunities, and happiness almost effortlessly, while others work hard every day and still feel stuck? Here's the truth most people don't realize. Success is not something you chase. Success is something you attract by becoming the kind of person success wants to be around. If you want more money, more freedom, more happiness, you have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Most people believe income is only about working hours, grinding, or luck. But the reality is, your income can never consistently grow beyond the level of your personal development. You might get lucky for a while, maybe you hit a jackpot or someone hands you an opportunity. But unless you've grown into the kind of person who can handle that abundance, it will slip away. If tomorrow someone gave you $1 million, you'd better become a millionaire in your habits, mindset, and identity, otherwise the money will vanish as quickly as it came. This is why some people lose everything they win in the lottery. Money doesn't stay with people who don't transform themselves into the type of person who can manage it. The real secret is this: wealth is not about getting, it's about becoming. Happiness is not in what you own, it's in who you are becoming in the process. The first step to changing your life is not to work harder, but to understand how things actually work. Your biggest problem is not a lack of money. Your biggest problem is a lack of ideas. An idea can transform your financial life, your relationships, your health, everything. The right idea applied with consistency is more powerful than years of hard work in the wrong direction. So how do you get new ideas? You study success. You study happiness. You study wealth. Don't leave it to chance. Don't just hope for change. Make it a study. Make it a priority. The people who transform their lives are the ones who read, who listen, who observe. Every book you pick up could save you 5 years of trial and error. Every mentor you learn from could shortcut decades of mistakes. And here's the key: don't just store knowledge in your head. Write it down. Repeat it. Review it. Because repetition is what turns ideas into habits, and habits into results. There are 2 ways to learn: through your own painful experience, or through the wisdom of other people. Smart people do both, but the wisest people make sure they study those who already walk the path. Get around successful people. Read their books, watch their interviews, listen to their stories. Success leaves clues everywhere, but most people never pay attention. Pay attention. Be curious. Ask questions. And don't just learn from the successful. Learn from failure too. Watch what unsuccessful people do, and make sure you don't repeat their mistakes. If you want to speed up your growth, spend time with those ahead of you. Buy them coffee, take them out for dinner, invest in being around them. One conversation could drop an idea into your lap that multiplies your income 5 times. Remember this: poverty is expensive. Mentorship is cheap. Don't just listen. Watch. Study. Observe. Success isn't random. It's a pattern. Watch how successful people carry themselves. Watch how they speak, how they treat others, how they make decisions. Even their energy, their posture, the way they enter a room, it all tells you something. Success leaves patterns, and if you're clever, you can model those patterns. There are 2 kinds of vision: sight and insight. Sight sees with your eyes. Insight sees with your mind. When you combine both, you begin to see answers most people miss. Wherever you are, be fully present. Pay attention. Don't just live, observe life. Knowledge is nothing without action. Too many people confuse learning with progress. They attend seminars, read books, watch videos, but never change their behavior. Don't let your learning make you smarter but poorer. Let your learning make you richer. Financially, emotionally, spiritually. Start with small disciplines. Wake up earlier. Read 30 minutes a day. Save a percentage of every dollar you earn. Exercise your willpower on little things, because those little muscles prepare you for the big battles of life. On any given day, you can make a decision that changes your entire future. That's how powerful discipline is. The only true motivation is self-motivation. If you depend on others to keep you inspired, what happens when they don't show up? You have to light your own fire. Set your own goals. Push yourself when no one is watching. Success is never convenient. It always requires effort, discomfort, sacrifice. But if you can motivate yourself to stay the course, you can create a life that most people only dream about. One of the biggest traps is trying to beat the system. Taking shortcuts. Looking for the easy way. Don't fall for it. It's a lie. Cutting corners may give you fast results, but it creates a cheap life. Do things the right way, even if it takes longer. Build a foundation that lasts. Because wealth without character is temporary. Success without values collapses. At the end of the day, your future is not written. It's created by the choices you make. If you don't make new choices today, the next 5 years will look exactly like the last 5. But if you decide right now to shift direction, even just a little, you can completely change your destiny. You don't ever have to be the same person again. Change is always available. Growth is always possible. The question is, what will you do starting tomorrow? What habit will you change? What action will you take? What decision will you commit to? Because the moment you decide, your life begins to transform. Success is not pursued. It is attracted. And you attract it by the person you become. Work harder on yourself than on your job. Invest in your growth. Discipline your actions. Pay attention. Motivate yourself. Build character. Do this, and not only will wealth find its way to you, but you'll also discover a happiness that money alone could never buy. Let's go even deeper. If you truly want to change your life, you must understand that wealth, success, and happiness are not goals to chase. They are consequences of who you decide to become. The results you see in your life today are nothing but the reflection of the habits, the thoughts, and the actions you've repeated over time. If you want different results, you need different patterns. Think of your mind as fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant, positive or negative, will eventually grow. If you constantly plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, don't be surprised when your life produces frustration, scarcity, and missed opportunities. But if you intentionally plant seeds of gratitude, confidence, and vision, over time, your life cannot help but produce abundance, joy, and growth. That's the law of nature. You don't harvest corn if you planted weeds. And you can't harvest wealth if all you plant in your mind are excuses and complaints. Gratitude is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. Most people wait for life to give them something before they feel thankful. But gratitude is not a reaction. Gratitude is a signal. It tells the universe that you are ready for more. When you appreciate what you already have, you attract even greater things into your life. Start small. Be thankful for your health, for your breath, for the roof over your head. The more you practice gratitude, the more life will multiply your blessings. Another habit that transforms your future is clarity. Most people think they want success, but if you ask them what success means, they don't have a clear answer. Clarity is power. A vague goal produces vague results. A specific goal produces specific results. Don't just say, "I want to be rich." Ask yourself, how much do I want to earn? By when? Doing what? How will I measure it? The clearer your vision, the faster your brain and the universe align to bring it into existence. Surrounding yourself with the right people is equally important. You cannot expect to live a wealthy, happy life if you spend all your time with people who complain, gossip, or settle for mediocrity. Energy is contagious. Habits are contagious. If you want to change your life, change your environment. Seek out people who challenge you, who inspire you, who are already living the kind of life you desire. Discipline is freedom. It might sound strange, but it's true. People think discipline limits them, when in reality, discipline sets you free. The discipline to save money gives you the freedom to invest. The discipline to take care of your health gives you the freedom to enjoy your life longer. The discipline to say no to distractions gives you the freedom to say yes to your dreams. Now, let's talk about failure. Most people fear failure, but failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every great success story you admire is built on a mountain of failures, mistakes, and setbacks. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Successful people learn from failure, unsuccessful people quit because of failure. Every time you fail, you're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. Another critical habit is visualization. Your mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is actually real. This is why athletes visualize winning before they compete, and why leaders visualize success before they act. Spend a few minutes every day picturing the life you want in great detail. Imagine it so strongly that your body feels as though it is already true. That emotional energy signals your subconscious mind to move in that direction. And finally, contribution. Wealth without purpose feels empty. True fulfillment comes not just from what you get, but from what you give. When you use your success to uplift others, to inspire them, to help them, life rewards you in ways money never could. Contribution creates meaning, and meaning creates lasting happiness. So remember, your habits shape your destiny. Gratitude, clarity, environment, discipline, resilience, vision, and contribution. These are the pillars of a life of true success. If you adopt them, if you practice them, if you repeat them daily, your future self will thank you. Because 5 years from now, you will arrive somewhere. The question is, where? Will it be by default or by design? The choice is yours.